humbly welcome you to this important occasion and to commend you for making time to honoring our invitation within a very short time. Today's press briefing, ladies and gentlemen, is dedicated solely to the internal matters of the party. As you may be aware, the party's second highest decision-making body, the National Council, met yesterday, 27th January 2022, to deal with matters involving party reorganization as we seek to position ourselves to retain power in 2024 to enable us to continue to deliver prosperity to the good people of this country. To this end, the National Council, among other things, considered and approved modalities for the conduct of the party's internal elections at all levels. This press conference seeks to let you into these modalities and other related matters. But before I proceed, I want to, on behalf of the party, particularly the National Council, seize this opportunity to once again thank our party's rank and file and individuals who have expressed interest to contest for various positions in the party and their supporters, for respecting and wholly abiding by the directives of the National Steering Committee, placing a complete ban on campaign activities at the 2021 National Annual Delegates Conference held on December 19th at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium in Kumasi. We indeed proved that the NPP is a disciplined party. It is our expectation that we shall, in the same spirit, continue to respect and wholly abide by all parties' decisions, particularly rules and regulations for the conduct of our internal elections. It is not for nothing that we are the only political party in Ghana that were able to successfully organize our conferences from constituency, region, and national in the year 2021. This year, despite the challenges posed by COVID-19 owing to protocols we put in place, and I must also thank the constituency, region, and national party for adhering strictly to COVID protocols in all these events that we held last year. We wish to remind our members, interest groups, and general public of the Code of Conduct issued by the party on July 27, 2022 for pre-presidential and parliamentary primaries ahead of the 2024 presidential and parliamentary primaries, and to reinforce some of the provisions of the code. First of all, it is to be emphasized that the Code of Conduct, which were formulated in accordance with Article 18 of the party's constitution, is applicable to all supporters and actors, including government appointees, ministers, members of governing boards and councils, chief executive officers of government institutions, members of parliament, MMDC, aspirants and potential candidates, and their supporters, as well as all members of the party. In view of recent agitations in some quarters regarding the enforcement of the Code of Conduct as it relates to the presidential primaries, the party wishes to emphasize that the Code of Conduct, which is only supplementary to the provisions of the NPP Constitution, expressly provides clear procedure for handling alleged breaches and non-enforcement of its contents, as the case may be. We wish to encourage our members who feel aggrieved in one way or the other regarding the enforcement of the Code of Conduct, particularly as it relates to the presidential primaries, to take advantage of the express provision in the code and petition the National Complaints Committee for the necessary redress rather than holding press conferences and accusing the parties of selectivity. It is important that we take note of this. Now to the rules and regulations. The party put together what we call polling station and electoral area election committee to supervise our polling station elections and electoral area coordinators elections. The polling station elections shall be held from February 19 to March 5, 2020. Electoral area elections shall be held from March 18 to 20th March 2020. There shall be constituted 2022. There shall be constituted polling station electoral area elections committee to oversee the organization of the polling station electoral area elections in each constituency. The polling station and electoral area elections committee shall be constituted as follows: one regional representative appointed by the regional executive committee who shall chair this committee. The constituency chairman is a member of the committee. The constituency secretary, who shall be the secretary to this committee. The constituency research and election officer. The constituency council of elders chair. The constituency council of elders patron. The constituency IT officer. The member of parliament or his rep. For emphasis, this applies only to constituencies where the party has certain members of parliament and not in orphan constituencies. An elderly woman appointed by the constituency executive committee. The committee shall be responsible for the supervision and conduct of the polling station electoral area elections across the constituencies at scheduled dates. The committee shall, as part of its responsibilities, determine venues and specific days for the conduct of the polling station electoral area elections within the time frame approved by the National Council as stated in Regulation 1 and 2. No member of the polling station and electoral area elections committee shall be eligible to contest in the polling station and electoral area elections. Application forms shall be acquired from the polling station and electoral area elections committee at a fee of 10 Ghana cedis. No prospective aspirant shall be denied access to the purchase of application form by the committee. Where a prospective aspirant is denied access to purchase an application form, he or she may, through a petition, purchase application form at the regional and national secretariat of the party. A prospective aspirant shall be a known and active member of the party in the polling station or electoral area he or she seeks to contest, as the case may be. An aspirant shall be nominated by one person and seconded by 3 registered members of the party, all of whom shall be in good standing and party members at that particular polling station or electoral area, as the case may be. The committee shall receive the application form from prospective aspirants not later than 3 days to the polling station elections and electoral area election, as the case may be. 3 passport-sized photographs shall accompany each application form. Persons who are qualified to contest or vote in the polling station electoral area election shall include any of the following. And I must emphasize, persons who are qualified to contest or vote in the polling station and electoral area election shall include any of the following. Party members whose names are captured in the updated polling station registers. Card-bearing party members who vote at the polling station they seek to participate in the elections. 3, known and active party members whose membership can be vouched for by at least 2 known party members, particularly executives. The known and active party members belonging to this category must reside and vote at the particular polling station they seek to participate in the elections. For identification purposes, voters shall use their party ID card, but where same is unavailable, National Voters ID card will be admitted for the purpose of this voting. The constituency IT officer, who is a member of this committee, shall, under the supervision of the committee members, key in the details of all the elected polling station executives and electoral area coordinators into a network system that the party has developed. All that we are saying is at the end of the election, a prescribed form will be given to the polling station and electoral area elections committee to affix the passports of those who have won the elections and their details. A collation center will be organized for the electoral area, the IT coordinator to key in the result, just as we did in the national elections, where we're able within a record time of 9 hours get almost 95% of our presidential vote. We are going to do exactly that. This will forestall this argument about manipulation of our bomb and all that. And you know, our party leads in digitization, so the party will not be left out at this opportune time for us to have it once and for all, an album that nobody will contest. And I must also add that in addition to the electronic transmission, we will develop a hard copy of the album at the constituency level, and we expect that the chairman of the polling station and electoral area coordinated election committee will have to affix his signature. The chairman of the party must have his signature on this album, and the IT coordinator who keyed in the information must also sign for onward transmission to the region and the national party. So we'll have a way of even cross-checking what has been keyed in and the hard copy that we'll be having from the constituencies. All the data entries in the and the pasting of photographs of elected polling station executives and electoral area executives shall take place at a designated constituency collation center to be decided by the polling station electoral area elections committee. There shall be polling station executive of 5 members, chairperson, secretary, organizer, women's organizer, and youth organizer, as stipulated in the NPP Constitution as amended 2017. Now, constituency executive elections. The National Council approved that the constituency executive elections must be held between April 22nd, 2020 to April 24th, 2022. That April 22nd, 2022 to April 24th, 2022 as the dates for the conduct of the Constituency Annual Delegates Conference to elect constituency executives. The election shall be supervised by the Constituency Elections Committee to be composed as follows: a national rep appointed by the National Steering Committee, a regional rep appointed by the Regional Executive Committee, chairman of the Constituency Council of Elders, chairman of the Constituency Council of Patrons, an elderly woman appointed, a respected elderly woman appointed by the Constituency Executive Committee, Constituency Research and Elections Officer, and Constituency IT Coordinator. I must emphasize that none of these members composing this committee shall be eligible to contest in the constituency elections in which they are members of this committee. If in any case, any of these members, for instance, the Constituency Research and Election Officer or the Constituency IT Officer, seek to contest election in the constituency of which is the Research and Election Officer, the Constituency Executive Committee will place the individual with somebody who is also competent and will be able to do the work. So anytime any of these officers mentioned here, particularly IT coordinators, research and election officers, want to contest election in the Constituency Executive Committee will appoint another person to represent the research and election officer in the constituency. Nomination fees. Constituency chairpersons will pay 500 as nomination fees. All other positions will be 200 Ghana cedis. The rules and regulations will also be seen in the application form that will be sent out by the Constituency Election Committee. Regional executive elections. The council again approved that regional executive elections should be held between May 20th to May 22nd, 2022. It is the date that has been approved for the Regional Annual Delegates Conference to elect regional executives. Elections shall be supervised by the Regional Elections Committee to be composed as follows: 2 national reps appointed by the National Steering Committee, one of whom shall be the chairman or the chairperson for this committee and the other as secretary to the committee. Chairman of the Regional Council of Elders, chairman of the Regional Council of Patrons, 1 rep appointed by the Regional Executive Committee, 1 rep of the Regional Parliamentary Caucus, dean of the MMDCs from that region, the Regional Research and Elections Officer, the Regional IT Officer. Just as in the case of the Constituency Executive Committee, if any of these 2 is also contesting for elections, they will be replaced by the Regional Executive Committee, a Regional Executive Committee of the party in the region. Nomination fees: Regional Chairman, 5,000. All other positions, 2,000 Ghana cedis. National Executive Elections. The National Council again approved that national officers' elections should be held between July 14th to July 16th, 2022. That is the date that we will conduct our National Annual Delegates Conference to elect national officers of the party. The venue for the National Annual Delegates Conference, as decided by the National Council, is in Accra. Elections shall be supervised by the National Elections Committee to be composed as follows: 3 reps appointed by the National Executive Committee, 1 of whom shall be the chairperson of the National Elections Committee. The National Council of Elders, chairman of the National Council of Elders, the Director of Research and Elections, 2 elderly women appointed by NEC, and the Director of IT. Nomination fees: for National Chairman position, 20,000. For Vice Chairperson's positions, 15,000. For General Secretary position, 10,000. All other positions, 8,000. Apart from the special wings, that is for the treasurer, for the organizer, 8,000. For special wings, that's the Nasara women and youth, 6,000 cedis. The National Council also took these decisions. Below are some constituencies that National Council have suspended or is holding on to the organization of the polling station, electoral area, and constituency elections until further notice: Boko Central, Asen North, German South, Fomena, Jomoro, Savlugu, Techiman South, and Akwitia. The National Steering Committee will get in touch with these constituencies for further direction. I must also state that our external branch elections was also decided on by the National Council yesterday. Chapter elections will be done between April 15th to 24th, 2022. The composition of the Elections Committee for chapter elections are as follows: National Rep appointed by the National Steering Committee, Branch Representative appointed by the Branch Executive Committee, Chairman of the Chapter Council of Elders, Chairman of the Chapter Patrons, Chapter Research and Elections, and IT Coordinator. Then after the chapter elections, branch elections will also be held between May 20th to 22nd, 2022. Composition of the election committee: 2 reps appointed by the branch steering committee, 1 as the chair and the other as secretary. Chairman of the Branch Council of Elders, Chairman of the Branch Council of Patrons, Branch Research and Elections, and the Regional IT Officer of the branch. These are the composition of the various elections to be held at the various organs and level of the party: polling station, electoral area, constituency, region, and national elections, and not forgetting the external branches of our party. It is hoped that these elections will be conducted in a manner that will increase our presence in our various constituencies, strengthen the party, and also ensure that the party is battle ready for 2024 victory in the general elections. Thank you very much.